Hello everyone. In this video I'll be talking about the new functionality added to Excel of importing PDF file directly into Excel by using Power Query. I'm using for this tutorial Office 365. If you are not familiar with the change in names, I'm still using the term Office 365, but when I go to account the name became Microsoft 365 and I was on the Insider Fast channel. Now the name changed to Beta channel. Anyway, you need to use Microsoft 365 in order to have this functionality. Before I show you the functionality, I want to show you the PDF file. So I'm logged on to a browser, and this is the website for the City of Toronto. And on this page, I have building permit fees. This is public data, by the way. And I have fees for different types of constructions. I wish to bring this data into Excel in order to analyze it. So when I downloaded it, it downloaded a PDF file. So I'm going to bring it into Excel using the newly added functionality. I'll switch to Excel. This is a new blank workbook. And in this workbook, I go to the Data tab of the ribbon. And to the left side of the Data tab, I click on Get Data, From File. And here is the new functionality from PDF. I'm going to bring the PDF that I downloaded and I'll be doing some transformation to this PDF file. When I click on From PDF, it will ask me to locate that file, Building Permits. I import it, and now it will open the Navigator window. And because this file consists of multiple pages, and on these pages I have multiple tables, then I get in the Navigator window two types of objects. I have tables, and it tells me on which page do I find this table, and if I scroll down I have the different pages. It looks like this report is 18 pages. Let's have a look at some of the tables. If I click on this one, this is one of the tables. The construction type in one column, and then the fees and some other information in the second column. Let's have a look at the next one, and then the next table, and then the next table, and so on. So I would like to bring these tables, but just as an example, I'm going to bring some of them. What applies to some of them applies to all of them. After previewing your tables, to bring them into the Power Query editor, you need to check the box, select multiple items, and then select the tables you want to bring. I'll be bringing, let's say, table 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. I want to bring this table. I could select all of them if I wish. And now I click on Transform Data. My Power Query Editor window opens on top of Excel. On the left-hand side, for each table under Queries, I see a separate query for each one of these tables. But I don't want to do the transformation and the cleaning for each one separately. I want to create a new table that combines all of them. And this new table is a new query. So I'm going to create an append query that puts all these tables on top of each other. Remember, I have the first one selected, and then on the Home tab, to the right side, I click on Append Queries, and from here I select Append Queries as New. The Append dialog box opens. I don't want to append two tables, I want to append multiple tables, so I select the second radio button, 3 or more tables. I have one already selected, so I'm going to select the other 5 tables. I select the second one, I press Shift and click on the last one, and then I click on Add. Now I have all the tables and they will be appended together. Before I hit OK, if you look at the lower left corner of my screen, you will see that I have in the first table 24 rows. I'm going to hit OK to create the new query. In this query, I combined the 6 other tables, and it comes out to 82 rows. I do not need the other queries anymore, but I cannot delete them because the append query creates a reference to these queries. So I have to keep them for now, and I start cleaning my data. First of all, I want to rename my query. I can rename my query by double-clicking on the left-hand side. If I double-click, I will be able to rename the query. I can rename it by right-clicking and selecting Properties. That's another way of doing things. Here it allows me to provide a description. I'm not doing that, but I'm going to collapse the queries pane, and on the right hand side in query setting, I'll start renaming my query. Under name, I'll be typing permit fees. And then I hit enter. No extra steps have been added to the applied steps, and now I want to start cleaning my data. I have two columns full of null values, with very few exceptions. So I think I will be getting rid of these two columns. I select the third one, I press Shift and click on the fourth one, and then I want to remove these columns, so I right-click, and from the right-click menu I select Remove Columns. For column number 2 right now, here I have the fees, but I have extra text. Then the whole thing is left aligned, denoting that it's not perceived as number. To be able to perform an analysis into Excel, I want to separate the numbers from the text. So I'm going to split this column. I can split this column in many locations. I can select the column and then right-click, and from the right-click menu I'll be selecting Split Column. And this time I'm looking at a pattern, and I see that after the price there is a /, so I'll be selecting by delimiter. The split column by delimiter opens, and here I want to specify my delimiter as a /, and at each occurrence of the delimiter I want to split the column. When I hit OK, I get another column. I still see some text here. I want to remove this text as well, so like this record number 17, I want to split immediately after the number, and I'll be doing this by splitting one more time. I select column 2, and in order to split, I can go this time to the ribbon. It's another option. I click on the down arrow for split column. I'll be selecting delimiter, and for this one my delimiter will be a space. When I select a space, and I want to split at the leftmost occurrence, so I'm going to hit OK, and it will create a new column. After splitting, I see that the first record in each table was kind of titled. It says fee effective January 1st, 2020. And this label or header is repeated at the top of each table, so I want to get rid of it. So I click on the down arrow for the filter for column 2, and then I hover over text filter, and from the sub-menu I select does not contain, and I'll be typing fee. Remember, the filter in Power Query is case sensitive, and when I hit OK, I end up by having 68 records, and I remove the repeated header. What I would like to do next is for column 3 and 4, I see lots of nulls. I want to get rid of these nulls. So I select column 3, I press Shift and select column 4, and then I go up at the top on the Home tab, I click on Replace Values, and I want to replace the null with nothing. I want a blank. When I hit OK, all the nulls will be gone. Why did I do so? Because after splitting the original column having the price, which is column 2, I ended up by having two extra columns, 3 and 4. I want to combine them into one single column. And to do this, with the two columns selected, I go to the Add Column tab on the ribbon, and when I click on Add Column tab, I want to merge these two columns, so I click on Merge Columns. The Merge Columns dialog box opens, and it asks me, would you like to have a separator? Yes, I want a space. So when I combine the contents of column 3 and column 4, I'll have a space in between. What would you like to name the new column? These are notes, so I'm going to type notes. I hit OK, and a new column is created. Now I don't need the two original columns. They are still selected, so I right-click and select Remove Columns. I'm almost done cleaning and transforming my data because I have all the tables combined together into one single table. I have the price on a separate column so I can use it in my analysis, and I have the units or notes in another column. Now I need to rename the columns, so I'll go to the three columns one by one. I go to the first one. I can rename it by hitting F2, and I'm going to name this one Construction. And then I go to the second one. I hit F2, and this one will be Fees. And I noted that the data type here is text and the numbers are left aligned. These should be currency, so I click on the data type icon and I change it to currency. Now it's right aligned, and that's perfect. I can have a look at my data. It looks like I have an error here because one of the records doesn't have a price. I don't need this one. So I'm going to filter it out. So with this column selected, I go to the Home tab, and then I click on the down arrow for Remove Rows, and I'll be removing errors. Now I have 67 records. The last column is named properly and the data type is correct. What I would like to do is to send this data back to Excel. And because this is an append query, if I load it, it will be loading each one of the original 6 queries plus this one, each one on a separate sheet. Let me show you what I mean and how am I going to deal with this situation. So when I click on the down arrow for Close and Load and select Close and Load to, look what happens. The option for sending this query to the existing worksheet is not even active. It will send each one of the queries to a new sheet. And if I hit OK, like 7 new sheets will be created. I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to split this step into 2 steps. I'm going to load all of them as a connection only by selecting only Create Connection. I hit OK. Here are the 7 queries loaded. So I hover over the last one, the permit fees. This is the append query that I created. And then I right click and I select Load to. Now the existing worksheet can be activated if I select Table. I want to dump it into the active worksheet, and when I hit OK, this time it will be loading only the append query. I can close queries and connections, and let's have a look at the data coming from a PDF file in which I combined multiple tables or multiple pages, and I have the data clean and transformed. I can use it for performing any analysis. In this tutorial, we learned how to bring data from a PDF file, whether it's one table or multiple tables, whether it's one page or multiple pages, and we can combine all of them together, clean and transform in Power Query, and then send the data back into Excel.